Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. It is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you being here, watching the shows, subscribing to my channel. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Most importantly, please continue to share these videos with your family and friends and coworkers, family members, everybody, colleagues, anybody that you think will pay attention to this material and wants to continue to understand or wants to start understanding, what is happening in this economy with the inflation, with everything we talk about repeatedly on the channel. Today, I'm going to discuss a real estate issue having to do with these adjustable rate mortgages. And I saw the article, I think it was yesterday afternoon, out of CNN Business, and it's one of those things that just makes my blood boil. And I'll explain why. I'm going to go through the article in detail because it harkens back to a situation I went through in 2010 with a piece of property we had purchased, a family home we had purchased in 2006, just as the market was rolling over. Obviously, we did not have good advice. I was not paying close enough attention and made a poor decision on that. If you want, go back and look at the video I did a few weeks ago. I think I put it up on a Saturday about a foreclosure. But I've gone through this stuff, these adjustable rate mortgages, guys, and it is bad. And these lenders and these loan brokers are out there peddling this crap to all of you once again. I sure hope that you're not one of the statistics I'm going to read about in this article today. I sure hope that you are not sitting, at least as it relates to your family home, sitting on an adjustable rate mortgage that is going to be coming for readjustment here in the next month or quarter or such. I'll jump into the article in just a quick second after I address the work schedule. I did check in yesterday with the trial department on our trial. We submitted all of our pretrial motions. I was hoping the judge would rule on those motions from the bench yesterday, but we had a lot of materials on both sides, so he's not. He's going to basically review those materials this week, and he's going to rule on those motions next Monday morning, and then he's going to call in the jury panel late morning on a week from yesterday, so on July the 8th. It's going to be interesting because I'm scheduled to leave for a trip to Europe with my family on Thursday, on the 11th. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this comes together next week with this trial. A little added stress, but we'll see, and I'll keep all of you posted on that. So let me jump right into the single but most important story. Well, single story I'm going to share with you today. But one of the most important topics, I think, is going to be being put back on the forefront of the news as it relates to this unfolding housing crash 2.0, right? And housing crash 1.0, I'm referring to the great financial crisis, 08, 09, and 2010. Many of you maybe didn't live through that, or if you did, you weren't in the business world, so to speak. And I think you're about to experience, I'm not going to say a real treat, I think it's going to be a real nightmare for a lot of people. So let me jump right in. This is out of CNN Business yesterday. You guys can check out the article if you want for yourselves. It says thousands of homeowners are about to get slammed with higher monthly payments. And it says last year when Jennifer Hernandez received notice that the mortgage payments on her Houston home would jump about $2,000 a month, she was stunned. It says Hernandez refinanced her home in 2016 using an adjustable rate mortgage loan, which has low introductory rates for a fixed initial period. Unlike the more popular fixed rate mortgage loans, ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, can offer temporary relief for homeowners who want to avoid paying higher mortgage rates. However, they also come with risk. After the fixed introductory period, it says, usually 5, 7, or 10 years, the rate on the ARM loan adjusts periodically based on current market conditions. What they mean is based upon interest rates. That means when mortgage rates increase, many ARM loan holders like Hernandez experience the unpleasant shock of significantly higher monthly home payments, for thousands of Americans like Hernandez, who took out ARM loans 5 years ago before interest rates shot up to 4-decade highs. That shock, it says, is coming this year. Mortgage rates have remained elevated, it says, adding fuel to one of the most unaffordable housing markets in decades. That led ARMs to gain traction despite their drawbacks. According to data from Intercontinental Exchange, a global provider of technology and data, listen to these statistics, 1.7 million homeowners have bought homes with adjustable rate mortgages since 2019. Many buyers who bought 5-year ARMs, one or more of the popular offerings, will graduate into significantly higher monthly payments this year. Will graduate as if it's a good thing. It says the fixed period for these ARMs has recently reset for 328,000 homeowners, and 102,000 more loans will reset over the next 12 months, according to this Intercontinental Exchange, or ICE. So what people are doing, folks, is they're leveraging into a property using these ARMs basically to, as if they can afford the house they're buying. Basically, buying a property that's too expensive for them to buy, that they shouldn't be buying. So they leverage in using these adjustable rate mortgages to justify, well, we'll buy this house. Yes, we're biting off more than we can chew here, but we'll use an ARM because it keeps our monthly mortgage payment down, and then no big deal. We'll just refinance, in or around the time that the mortgage is set to adjust. And that is a big mistake. It's a very flawed analysis. I'll give you 5 reasons why that's a flawed analysis. And apparently 328,000 people are now learning that that's a flawed analysis. Number 1, what happens if the equity or the value of your home, the equity in the home, meaning how much you owe above and beyond the loan, falls or it drops to, let's say, the value of the loan, or it drops into a range where the bank will not consider you for a refinance? Number 1, you won't get it. Number 2, what happens if your credit score takes a hit for whatever reason? You miss a credit card bill, or you miss a loan payment, or something like that. Or even, let's say, you have a hacking of your credit and your credit score drops. Guess what? You're not going to get that refinance. Number 3, what happens if you lose your job? If you lose your job unexpectedly, and this loan comes due or is about to, let's say, mature or adjust, you will not get that refinance. Number 4, what happens if, like is happening now, all the lenders and loan brokers that told everybody in 2016, well, rates are going to stay low, it's no big deal, you'll be able to refinance this probably into an even lower rate in 5 years. Guess what? The rates have shot up and they've stayed higher, and they're going to stay higher from my perspective. So if the rates do not adjust down, there's nothing to refinance into. You're not getting into a better rate, okay? And number 5, we discussed this on the show a few days ago, is the fact that when you refinance a loan that you used to purchase the property, or a purchase money loan, if it was used to purchase the property, including the adjustable rate mortgage or fixed rate mortgage, whatever it was, in California, for example, you enjoy anti-deficiency protection. So if your house goes to foreclosure, the loan goes into default down the road, the bank cannot sue you to go after your personal assets for the difference between what is owed on your loan and what they get for the house at auction or eventual sale. Okay, anti-deficiency protection. If you refinance your property, talking about California, and you take it out of purchase money protection, the bank has the right, under certain circumstances, to seek a deficiency judgment, all right, against you personally. So I just gave you 5 reasons, 5 not warning signs, but pitfalls as it relates to your thinking that I'm going to be able to simply go and refinance out of this 5-year ARM into another ARM, or into a fixed rate mortgage, or certainly a lower rate loan, all right? So I hope that any of you that are in those loans, I would go look at those loan papers now and figure out your situation. I'll explain to you why, because we go on and talk about this Jennifer they're using as an example in this article in a second, and how she obviously hasn't thought this through. It says, while the rate of home buyers choosing ARMs never rebounded to pre-2008 levels, the share of home buyers using ARM loans has doubled over the past 4 years, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. I didn't know that. I had no idea that these adjustable rate mortgages were being used at that rate over the past many years. I had no idea. What that means to me, to go back to the title of this video, is that no lessons were learned from 2008. Not a darn thing. You've got the lenders out there, the mortgage brokers, loan brokers peddling these products to people for their primary residences, right? So if you're going to take a risk with an investment property and you're going to have that property in a separate entity aside from your personal assets, and it's a rental property or investment property or flip property, okay, maybe you want to take that risk. But with your family home, you've got people taking you have brokers and lenders peddling adjustable rate mortgages on people for their family home, and they don't understand the product. They don't understand the products. I will guarantee you that 90% of the people that jumped into those adjustable rate mortgages did not understand the consequence of doing so. All they were told is, "Oh, you're going to save $200 or $300 a month on your loan payments, and everything else will be fine in 5 years. Just refinance it." Let's go back to Hernandez, Mrs. Hernandez, who is herself, surprise, surprise, a loan officer, had misremembered the terms of her $1.1 million adjustable rate mortgage. Rather than a 10-1 ARM, which has a fixed rate for the first 10 years and resets every year after that, Hernandez had taken out a 7-1 loan, which means that it readjusts after the first 7 years. She says, quote, "I just got caught blindsided. Life gets in the way and you get busy. I've been slammed with kids and work for the last 7 years." This is a loan officer. This is the same person that is telling you that these loans are fine, that there's nothing wrong with these loans, that they're safe products, that there's always going to be an escape hatch for you to avail yourself of prior to the readjustment on that loan. This is the same person telling you to use these products who just misremembered that her $1.1 million adjustable rate mortgage adjusted at 7 years, not at 10 years. Most ARM loans come with an interest rate cap to prevent loans from spiraling out of control. Hernandez said her ARM is capped at 8.125%. That's 5 percentage points above her initial fixed rate. Now, we don't know how much that Ms. Hernandez put down on her $1.1 million. Well, actually, they said it was a $1.1 million loan. So $1.1 million at 8.125%. You do the math on that, all right? That's the highest it can go in the first adjustment period. That's 5 percentage points higher than her initial rate, which means she is sitting at 3.125 on a $1.1 million loan. It can adjust up to 8.125. Someone do the math for me on that and put a comment below. What is her new payment going to be if she doesn't find a way to get out of this loan? Totally irresponsible. And these are the people that are out there that didn't live through the great financial crisis, don't understand the products and the risk of the products that they're pushing. All right, that is a tremendous jump in her monthly payment, or will be. Andrew Marquis, a loan officer in Lexington, Massachusetts, said he's recently seen a dramatic increase in ARM loan applications. Home buyers increasingly believe that the Federal Reserve will cut rates in the next few years, giving these buyers time to refinance their loans before the clock on the fixed period of the ARM runs out. He said, I would say on the jumbo loans we're doing, probably 40% of the loans are doing ARMs, referring to loan amounts on the jumbo loan above $766,000. Marquis said that taking out an ARM loan might be worthwhile for those with a high risk appetite. Again, with regard to the family home, you should not be taking risk. You should be planning for that to be your family's security, your family's solace, something that you will not run into financial difficulty with. And look, I'm speaking from experience, all right? I believe on our mortgage, we had a second, and I believe the second on the one from 2006. I believe the second was adjustable. I don't recall it becoming an issue time-wise, but again, it's a product, and I was even doing real estate law at the time. Again, a product that was represented as no big deal. I don't believe that being the catalyst for the issues we had, but look, I am out here telling you, be very, very careful with these products. They are poisonous products if you are using them to finance into, from my perspective, into a family home. An investment property, a flip property, something that's separate from your personal assets, like I said a few minutes ago, that's a different story, okay? It's a different animal, it's a different analysis that should be applied. And I wish that lenders and loan brokers would explain this to people rather than just trying to close these deals and help these people get into homes that obviously they can't afford, all right, if they're having to use these products. The increase in payments hasn't, this is back to Ms. Hernandez again. This increase in payments hasn't felt good, she said. I'm just praying that when my October adjustment comes around, rates have come down a little bit. So she's praying. That seems to me that hope is her strategy, and we all know that hope is not a strategy, and it's going to probably end badly for her. It's probably going to end badly for hundreds of thousands of other Americans that have taken out these loans with their family home. I pray for all of you that it doesn't. I don't wish that on anybody, but people need to start waking up. And when I read that kind of story, I'm at 17 minutes here today. You can tell I'm fired up on this topic because I've gone through pain associated with this kind of stuff. And no one's learned anything. No one's learned the lessons of the past. And this one's going to be potentially a lot worse. I'll leave it there today. Going to get my workout in about an hour. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the comments. You guys are really, really engaging with me and others. I try my best to read all the comments and respond to them, so keep that coming. And again, share the videos. Let's keep growing the channel. All right, appreciate you all. Have a great afternoon. Please do not forget to get your workout in today. Do not forget to get your steps in today. Do not forget to do some strength training for yourself today. I'm not out here preaching to anybody. I'm doing this every day. It's important that we get stronger, we get more physically fit, we keep the weight off, which means we have to control the diet, watch all the calories in and out, the hydration, as we discuss all the time on the channel. Thanks again. See you all tomorrow. If not tomorrow, later in the week.